Good morning. We're going to talk about locating the y-intercept from a graph this morning. The first thing to remember is which axis is the y-axis and which axis is the x-axis. And on this particular graph, I have highlighted the y-axis. It is the vertical axis. Sometimes that's a little bit difficult for people to remember, and I'm going to show you how I remember it. The y-axis has this part of the letter Y that's up and down. So I try to remember that if I could write a capital letter Y, that the base of that letter Y would be up and down, and so my Y-axis would be up and down. So that helps me remember that. The other thing to remember is what the word intercept actually means. Y-intercept. Y-intercept. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that right there so you can see it. Y-intercept means exactly what it sounds like if you can remember what intercept means. If you're thinking about football and someone is throwing a pass and it is intercepted, then it is interrupted. Well, what they're asking really and truly in this is, where is that line interrupted by the y-axis? In other words, where does the line cross the y-axis? It's as simple as that. So in this particular case, I've got this line right here, and I'm looking at where it crosses the y-axis, which is right here. And for me to identify that, I can see that it's right below the origin, -1, -2, -3, -4. So my y-intercept is -4. I could also write it as an ordered pair, which would be 0, -4, like this. So let's try another one. Okay, I'm going to start out again by highlighting my y-axis. There it is, the up and down axis. I remembered that the letter Y has a base that's up and down. Now I need to see where that line, this is my line right here, where the line is interrupted by the y-axis, and that is right here, y-intercept right there. And I can simply count. It's above the x-axis, so it's going to be positive. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my y-intercept is 6, and I can also write it as 0, 6. The 0 is the value given for the number on the x-axis, and the x-axis tells you whether you're moving to the left, to the negative area, or to the right for the positive values. In this case, 0 means I'm not moving at all. I'm just standing right here and going up the elevator 6 points. That's all it means. So I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Highlighting that y-axis. And looking at where the line crosses the y-axis, which happens to be right here. It's below the x-axis, so I know it's going to be negative. In this case, it's -1, -2. -2. I could also write it as 0, -2. Thanks. You're ready to try it on your own.